Brian Zebrin. And Brian, you're going to do a demonstration for us?
Yeah, I'm just going to see if he can basically find the, find the jar out in the field. It should smell like marijuana. Come here, Justice. So there's an actual jar that just had, there's not really any marijuana in there right now, but what it is, it's a jar that had stored marijuana. We just made sure we dumped it all out just before he got here, so there's nothing left. But there actually has a smell of marijuana in there. So that's what he was actually locating when he was basically searching the big area, just trying to find a real small amount of something that's left in there.
What is his threshold, and what I mean by that is how tiny or minute a quantity can he discern?
It's hard to say from a scientific standpoint, but it is he picks up, and that's a good question because a lot of it is the sensory threshold of the dog. If you have a real big amount, it's real easy. If you have a real small amount, it's a lot harder. Like this one, for instance, would be a much harder search because there's actually nothing in there but what was in there holding it. So it's real hard to measure it for the dog to say it's this amount or that amount. But we try to train, like for instance, we'll train with cotton balls sometimes or small amounts where something that'll absorb the odor. Just like our clothes can absorb odor of cigarettes if we smoke cigarettes or something. By the time you go and talk to your wife or girlfriend or something, and you have those clothes that smell like cigarettes, she's going to know right away, hey, you were around smoke, you were around this and that. It's the same with the dog. This is just something that was recently contaminated with the odor of drugs, and that's why he was picking up on this, because it's something that was just, that close. So it's hard to say scientifically, what it is, but it is, they can pick up on some pretty small odors a lot of times.
Now, you just planted heroin?
Yes. Yeah, what it is basically a small bag of heroin. I'm just going to set there. And then we'll walk around the car and basically see if the dog can pick up on that small amount of heroin.
He found it.
But you can see how, especially before he got even to it, how he was changing his behavior, sniffing here, sniffing back. That's what we look for when we're walking around a car. It's typically what we call a systematic search pattern, where we walk it. If there's nothing in there, the dog will basically walk a rectangular box and then just be done. When he starts getting that odor, you can really see that it was something low down in there. So when he starts getting that odor, a lot of his body positional changes and all that, and then his final response is when he actually sits or lays down right next to the drugs.